everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel CrackZat Turning Problems into Solutions. This is me Priyasha Das and this is another revision concept video on profit and loss. In this video we'll be just covering up the important formulas related to profit and loss, and I'll be also taking up some concepts of discounts, successive discounts, and the cheating percentage, you know that the change in the weights and things like that lead to cheating, and that is very commonly done. But sometimes in the question you would get the cheating percentage, like the amount of bill was having 20% of discrepancy. This kind of sentence will come up in the question. Okay, 20% discrepancy means 20% of cheating. So when you have the percentage of cheating and you don't have the profit or the loss, then what to do? And when you have the percentage of cheating and you have the profit also, or the loss, not loss of course, profit also, then in that case what should be the case, how should we proceed, what are the formulas, etc. So we'll be working on that right now. Let's start with the basic formulas. So for the basic formulas, we know that profit is equals to the selling price minus cost price, the most basic thing. Similarly, loss is equals to the CP minus SP, because whatever you purchase at is a higher amount than what you sell at. The percentages are calculated upon the CP. So this is again a quick revision. Profit percentages, profit by CP into 100. Okay. And same goes for the loss as well, loss upon CP into 100. Now, when it comes to discount, you are given discount on the MRP, and the amount which you pay is the selling price. So that means your discount will be equals to MRP minus the selling price. So that you need to keep in mind, and the discounts are calculated on the MRP. So the MRP is basically what? MRP is the cost price. So we'll go by discount percentage as D divided by MRP into 100. So that gives me the discount percentage. Now these are the important formulas, basic formulas of profit and loss, which we need to know. Apart from that, let's get down into the discounts, and especially the successive discounts. Okay, so when we have to deal with the successive discounts, so in the successive discounts you must be seeing now what happens, that people are well aware of this successive discounts, so people don't fall into the prey of this successive discounts. But earlier there was a huge fan following of this successive discount thing. Okay, like 50% off plus 40% off, and people thought that, oh, if it's 50 plus 40, it's equals to 90% off. But it's nothing like that. How do we calculate the successive discount? We take the first discount is X, the second discount is Y, and the value is X plus Y minus X into Y by 100. That means if I have my first discount as 50%, so 50 plus 40, that is 90, minus of 50 into 40 by 100, and that will be giving me 20. So this total value will be 20. So 90 minus 20 is equivalent to 70% of discount. So if someone says you, I give you a successive discount of 50% and then a 40%, that's what is the real meaning? Why are we running behind the formulas? हम real meaning समझते हैं. The real meaning is that on a particular thing you first give a 50% discount, and उसके बाद जो आपकी reduced amount है उस पे आप 40% discount दे रहे हो. So that eventually leads to a lesser discount than what you get if you add up 50 plus 40, right? 90% discount on 1000 rupees is equals to how much? 900 rupees तो आपका discount में ही चला गया. So you are left with rupees 100 as the price of the product. But अगर यही चीज मैं successively करूं, यानी first I'll give you 50% of discount, that will give you 500 rupees as the selling price, and then उस 500 rupees पे मैं 40% का discount calculate करूंगी, and then I eventually calculate the total discount, then I find it to be 70% of the total MRP. So इसी तरह से successive discount को समझकर आप आगे भी calculate कर सकते हैं. If you get a successive discount of 3 numbers, 4 numbers also, then you know the process. You have to take 2 at a time, then compare it with the third one. All right, when the successive discount is completed comes another topic which is called as cheating percentage. So I'm pretty sure that you people will be aware of the kind of questions where we have that if the weight of the item is like, you are using a faulty measure or something like that. I'm not taking up that now, because faulty measures are found in every single book. Okay, so it's very very simple also, and you can find it everywhere. Now something which I saw in few questions and couldn't find in many books was the cheating percentage. Okay, that means, as I told you in the beginning of the video, if a question comes that a bill was generated of rupees 1000 and you later found that the bill was having 20% of discrepancy in it, that means 20% of garbad in it. What garbad? This garbad is the cheating percentage actually. Okay, so first condition, when no profit is given, so profit not given. Okay, so when the profit is not given and you are given the cheating percentage, let us take the cheating percentage as C%. So if the cheating percent is C%, now try to understand the concept and then remember the formula. The concept is that the cost price, if I take the normal price to be 100, assuming it to be 100, then the cost price for the shopkeeper or the person who is selling would be equals to 100 minus C. Okay, C percentage, 100 minus C. Why? बिकॉज उसने तो ये चीटिंग की, तो उसे तो ये प्रॉफिट हुआ. तो अगर हम अज्यूम कर रहे हैं कि किसी आइटम का कॉस्ट प्राइस 100 है, तो ऑफ कोर्स उसने अगर चीटिंग C% की है तो इट विल बी 100 माइनस C. ओके, बिकॉज उसको कम ही पड़ा ना कॉस्ट प्राइस कंपेयर टू व्हाट ही इज शोइंग इन द बिल. and the SP would be equals to 100. यहाँ मैंने SP को 100 क्यों लिया? Because I told you that there is no profit given. That means you have seen those type of questions, no? Where the shopkeeper is saying, see, I'm selling you at the cost price only and stuff like that. So this is that condition. Now in this condition, how will you find out the overall profit of the person or the shopkeeper? So let me write down the overall profit percentage, of course, would be equals to the cheating percentage C divided by the CP, which is 100 minus C, into 100. So this is the overall profit of the person. So you understood what happens in cheating when it is said that there is no profit for the shopkeeper, but he does a cheating of our person. So that's why this is the overall profit which he gets. So if you understood it, you can simply learn or remember this formula and come down to the second step. The second step is when we are having the profit with us. So see, there will be some kind of questions where they will be saying that the shopkeeper gained 10% and did cheating of C%. So here the profit percent is also given and the cheating percent is also given, but the actual profit will not be 10%. The actual profit will be 10% plus the profit which he is stating right now. So for that, there will be no changes on the side of the CP or the profit. The only change will be that the SP will become 100 plus the profit percentage. That's all. Okay. Okay, fine. So cheating is completed, not completed fully. I have one more thing to cover up. Okay, now this is just a level up. So if you people are comfortable with this, well and good. And just taking you one level up and talking about a double cheating question. I don't expect that to come though, but still, just for you people to know about double cheating. Now, what is double cheating? When we have questions of 3 levels. 3 levels means, let me give you an example. Example is wholesaler gives it to the retailer and retailer gives it to the, maybe you can say the person who purchased, the customer. Okay, so there is a 3 level here. So double cheating means, see, it's not necessary now just because Priyasha is saying that it's wholesaler, retailer and customer, this formula will work only for this wholesaler, retailer, customer thing. Whenever you see that the business transactions are happening in 3 steps like this, you can apply this double cheating rule. Okay, double cheating rule is when the wholesaler is also doing some cheating, let's say X% of cheating, and the retailer is also doing Y% of cheating, then what will be the overall profit of the wholesaler, the first person? Okay, so we would be finding out the overall profit percentage of the wholesaler. And how will we do that? For that, we need to determine the overall CP of the wholesaler. Just before this, I told you how we calculated the CP in a single cheating question. 100 अगर मैंने assume कर रखा है, then I will be subtracting the values of the percentages of cheating which I have been doing. So here, if you observe, you would be finding that the CP would go as 100 minus x, right? Because wholesaler ने ये किया है. Now upon this, you would be like, okay, I can take this to be as my CP for wholesaler, correct? Now, what happens in the case of retailer? Any idea what happens in the case of retailer? Retailer will be like, okay, retailer is giving 100 minus y. So this is again a very like, I know that it is not something for the shortcut process and needs a little bit more of knowledge on the retailer and the wholesaler side, but still you can just keep it in your mind that the CP for the wholesaler will be 100 minus x and the CP for the retailer will be 100 minus y. Now what we need to find out is the overall profit. So the overall profit will now depend, okay, clearly will depend upon what? Depend upon the profit. And what is the profit? The profit for the wholesaler would go as x plus y because he's having some profit on x. Okay, I'm just so sorry. This would be the profit for the retailer. So the overall profit for the retailer will be the x and the y which is being obtained over here. Okay, and then if you are trying to find out the overall profit for the retailer, you would divide it by 100 minus y and would multiply it with 100. So that would give you the overall profit of the retailer, the person in the middle. Okay, and what should be the case for the overall profit of the wholesaler? The CP would change, and what would be the profit for the wholesaler? The profit for the wholesaler would, what do you think, would be plus y or minus y? I leave it as a question for you. Okay, just think over it and try to visualize the scenario that if W is having some profit x, of course that would be a part of his profit, but will y be a part of his profit? Yes or no? What will be the answer for the overall profit of the wholesaler? Will it be just x by 100 minus y, or will it be x plus y by 100 minus y? I gave you two options. Think and let me know in the comment section. And this was all about the percentage revision video where we learned about few important formulas, the successive discount topic, cheating, and this, remember that you will expect just this cheating, the cheating of one step in your exam. It's very rare that you get cheating in 2-3 steps as well, but just to understand the concept, this was all about the profit and loss revision series. Stay tuned with the channel for more such quant revision videos, and until we meet again, thanks for watching, and please like, share and subscribe to this channel.